bring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's standing in the way. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Brad Rucker for the touchdown. Kraft shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
All right, Buckeye fans, here we go on a brand new week. We are in June now. We're steamrolling towards the summertime. We're having lots of fun. We have a big week lined up, and we're back to full strength. All the shows this week seem like they're back to full strength. I think Chops was out today. Other than him, though, pretty good. I mean, hey, we got the Memorial coming up, so we got a lot of things, a lot of irons in the fire. I'm Timmy Hall, by the way. The Bode Man is back there, our normal producer. And to my right, my friend and yours, Tyvis Powell, everybody.
1 tooth less.
1 tooth less.
Yes. It was supposed to be 2, but we decided that 1 was not worth the fight.
All right, so if you're just catching this, Mr. Big Baby here, Tyvis Powell has been told for a decade to take care of his wisdom teeth. He apparently waited too long that one of them is now so, what do we call that? Is it protracted or it's like protruded? One's like stuck into his upper row of teeth so much that the dentist said, we don't need to worry about this one yet if it's not bothering you.
It never came down. You know, it's supposed to like surface itself.
I don't know.
It never like pushed down.
I just do what they tell me.
I do too. But
if they say that it's a good idea to get these out and they're going to be a problem in the future, let's like try to do it.
So you got all 4 of yours out?
They're all gone.
You did it one time?
And I waited a bit too long too.
How old were you?
I was like 25-ish when I got it done. I told you the story already. I got it done. I thought it was in the clear. When the laughing gas was wearing off, when I was getting, the ride home, my wife was driving me home. I was so loopy, I called my one buddy and started doing Seinfeld for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like going through the episode where Kramer got like the Novocaine and everybody thought that that he had another kind of issue.
Yeah.
And so I was doing I let the expletives fly. Like I was doing whatever.
Well, my wife took a picture of me drooling blood.
Good.
And I was asleep.
Good.
Yeah.
You were supposed to call me when you were in your foggy state.
I didn't call anybody. Apparently,
You didn't have like the fun loopy phase?
I don't remember.
Like
apparently, my wife.
You were giggling and laughing about everything.
My wife tells me that when she came to pick me up, she said, I must have been cold. So one of the ladies that was in the operating room there, she lent me her sweater and like put it over me like a blanket. And I was like apparently just bleeding all over it. So I ruined that. I feel bad about that.
You were bleeding all over this woman's sweatshirt
my wife
or
said
whatever.
that I was wiping her sleeve, the blood with her sleeve.
Oh my God.
But she said, I don't remember. I don't know. So then apparently the biggest concern on my mind is because before I got it, my dentist was saying to me that it's a possibility that he might not pull every piece of the tooth out. He said he might leave a little bit in there because where it's rooted at, it might mess up some things. He said it'll be a on the fly decision. So
an on the spot dice spin?
Yeah, we'll figure it out when we get there. So after I was loopy and the thing was over, my wife said I asked this man 3 times, did he get all of it? And the funny part is, once I got coherent again and I got back to the house, I asked my wife, do you know if he got all of it? She said, yes, you asked him 3 times.
Did you get it all?
I wanted to know.
You're at this point in your life now where you need to know about the work that's being done.
Yeah.
Whether like you'd be hovering around if there was some work being done on the house, right? You'd be like in the background, like you guys, you getting it? Doing flooring for you. You got to get all the way onto the baseboards there, guys. Right?
And what made it so interesting is that he listens to me on the radio, so he like knew.
Sure.
He's been hearing me talk about it, and he's
been hearing the build up to it. The doc. Do you call him doc? Did they just call him doctor? What do we call him? Doctor, right?
Yeah, they're doctor.
Doctor, whatever.
Yeah.
Doctor, whoever.
Yeah.
My dentist's name is Dr. Akai or Dr. Aka. So I just call her Doc Ock.
Doc Ock.
Yeah.
I like
from Spider-Man.
I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, And then the recovery process, I was fine. I felt like I could have worked Thursday. I could have worked Friday, Saturday. We came in. Actually, everybody's mad at me because I had the ability to talk. Like, I really didn't feel any pain at all. Like, I felt really
Everybody's
good.
mad at you.
Yeah, they're because when I was going through it and I was telling everybody that I was getting my wisdom teeth pulled, it's all horror stories. It's, oh, yeah, I was down and out. I couldn't do anything.
Oh, they wanted you to suffer.
And they wanted me to go through
to
that.
suffer.
You know how people are.
Like, I suffered, I need you to. It's a great quality.
And to hear me just laughing and kikiing and having a good time.
You think you're in the clear?
Yeah, I mean,
you think you're in the clear?
As long as I don't get any, air sockets.
The dry sockets?
Yeah, the dry sockets.
Oh.
Now, that's been the horror stories that I've been hearing for the past 72 hours.
I wasn't so much in day 1, day 2. It was like day 5 or 6.
So how did you realize you had something like
it hurt. That's how.
See, so,
it hurt like hell. And something had to be done. I couldn't get through a day.
Yeah, I
was sitting there trying to work, and I had to go home. I was in so much pain.
How long is this gonna last?
I'm saying probably within a week. Within a week, you should be fine.
So if I don't get it in a week, I'm good.
I think you're good.
Oh, okay.
I think you're good.
So I got to make it to Thursday. 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, a little thing called you'll see.
The biggest when people was telling me this story, everybody said the biggest mistake that they made was you're not supposed to drink out of a straw, and that's what they did. And so far, I have not drinking out of a straw, and I haven't had to raise my voice.
Was the drive home something that you remember at all, other than you saying, like, you kept asking apparently about? Did he get it all?
I don't remember getting it.
You don't remember the drive home at all?
I don't remember anything.
Man.
It's scary. You know, this is, I would imagine, so everybody knows that I have never drank in my life, but I hear about how people get drunk and they say, I just blacked out. I would imagine that that's what this was like, or you just don't remember anything. That's how I felt.
You want to know something about me and drinking?
Yes.
Never blacked out.
You've never blacked out?
Can't black out.
So you could drink and never black out?
Yes, but there's a downside to it, because I mean, look, I'm to the point in my life now where I get drunk maybe once every 2 years. Like, usually it would be like at a beach week where everything's safe and secure. And
I had some strawberry lemonade. I spiced it up. I threw a lime in it. Oh man, I almost couldn't drive home. I told the wife
too much.
The wife I had the spins.
But I would get so drunk. And I can't black out because the second I lay back, everything starts spinning, and then I'm going to bleh. So that's not good. Bad feeling. So I basically have to take walks around the neighborhood until it wears off. I'm talking 5 in the morning. Like, if this is like midnight, 1 a.m., I'm talking a good 4 hours.
You got to walk
where I will have to just sit upright, walk around the neighborhood. I'd be walking around like a quiet beach town, like in the Outer Banks, for 4 or 5 hours.
So
people must think I'm a psychotic, which I am.
At least you remember.
So it makes sense.
But people do this and like don't remember.
Yeah.
And it's scary to me. Like, I don't understand. I would never want to not remember things.
All right, Tyvis, we're going to have a fun week, as I mentioned there. Just tonight, for starters, 6:33, Bill Rabinowitz. He's the guy on the beat for the Buckeye football team for the Columbus Dispatch. We hadn't really talked to him since a couple weeks ago. All these changes came through college football, and they keep happening, and they keep happening, and they keep happening. I mean, Gene Smith's going to be done this month. That's going to be a big thing. It's going to turn over to Ross Bjork. But I want Bill's takes on what he's really watching out for, what things he's interested in the changes, and how it'll impact Buckeye football. 6:48, Andy Katzenmoyer.
Going to
talk to the big cat, because I'll tell you more about that when we get to the next segment, because something we're going to talk about tonight. But one of the things I wanted to know from you is, you know, every football season comes around. We still got a couple months for it, but you don't have to have. I don't care what your reason is for it. There will be reasons, and I'll be curious to hear you detail those. But everyone's got a guy or a player that they like and they're following for whatever reason. I think this Ohio State football team has maybe 10 to 20 decent options of individual players who could be a kid or however old you are, because we're all ages fans of this Buckeye football team. But who your guy is going to be. Like, if you had to pick a guy
that
for 2024 that you want to do really well, you just want to follow him. Like, you'd get their jersey, get them some NIL bucks, even though however the hell that worked.
Well, I ain't getting nobody's jersey. That's first of all.
Well, don't get their jersey.
You get their jersey. But a person that I actually am very excited to watch this season, it was Denzel Burke last season. I think he's fine now.
I think he's fine.
It's actually,
he doesn't need to be your guy.
It's actually the guy opposite of him, IGB, Davidson Igbinosun. I want to see him have a solid season because I think the reason being is I think he's going to get a lot of attention this year because teams are hip to Denzel. They see that Denzel can make plays and he's a very good corner. I mean, the guy was projected a first-round pick. So if he's at that good, they have to try to get their plays off somewhere, and they're going to go to the left side. And I want to see if he's able to hold that side down. This should be a very, very successful season because he's going to get a ton of targets and he has to make plays on the ball. And if he does that, there's no reason why he can't be a first-round pick because of his size.
I agree.
His physical ability, and if he makes plays on the ball, he could work himself into a first-round corner because I think he has all the asset and skill set to do so.
You're using a lot of words like if, though. I'm surprised you're not more like dead set that he will be great. That he is going to have a fantastic season.
I think that
to be your guy.
He has,
like, that's my guy for 2024. Davison Igbinosun.
I want to see it, yes, because I think last year it was moments where he did it, but then it was moments where he didn't do it. So I want to see if he makes the consistency. Everybody talks about how special he is on his defense, how his attitude has changed everybody's mindset, and that's the one thing that I love about him. He has that dog mentality that you want. I always love that on the football field. He backs down from nobody. But I think his problem is he gets a little grabby at times and he can get those holding calls, get some PIs. But I think outside of that, if he cleans that up and plays the ball a little bit better, gets some interceptions, he can be one of the top corners in this college football.
I'm thinking about players on the team that could be somebody's guy just because of how long they've been here, how good they are, their backstory. And these are all like reasons I would think of. It doesn't have to be any one thing. Like you could just explain why, and that would be sufficient. You know, like he could be a lesser known player, like a Xavier Johnson type of guy.
He was a good player.
Could have been your guy just because of everything that he was about, everything he did. Could be an offensive lineman like Donovan Jackson, guys that are kind of less heralded, but are so important to the football team.
Great guy. I love Donovan Jackson.
I mean, think of like Lathan Ransom, definitely.
I love him too.
Caleb Downs, definitely. Denzel Burke, Davison, who you said. CJ Hicks could be one of your guys.
All of them.
Cody Simon.
Cody Simon's he's a leader. That's a bona fide leader right there. I like him.
Jack Sawyer, obviously.
Jack Sawyer, but
Tyleek, obviously.
Tyleek he seemed like a silent assassin. It seems like one of those guys that don't talk a lot, but like means business.
All over the field on offense, right?
Yeah.
All over the field on offense. I mean, look at the wide receiver group. Any one of those guys could be your guy.
Yeah, I want Mecca to really break this record this year. I'm big on him breaking that record.
I'll tell you who mine is.
Next,
though.
Can't wait to hear.
I'll tell you who mine is. My guy for 2024 is next, as we'll hand out some Buckeye Leaves as well. Tyvis is in, brand new week. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Death, taxes, and beating Michigan every damn year. This is your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mock Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mock Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
The memorial is here, and we'll be there, and drunk people will be there, and Scotty Scheffler's lawyer will be there. We're live from the memorial starting Wednesday.
Sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling and Orthopedic One, The Fan.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy on it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A real nice start to the week. Temperatures running in the low 80s, plenty of sunshine and light winds. Overnight, mainly clear skies and still mild by Tuesday morning. Temperatures in the mid-60s. We'll keep it hot on the afternoon of Tuesday. Temperatures reaching the upper 80s and a bit more humid. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Brutus is their homeboy. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, all you fine Buckeye fans, happy Monday. Got the memorial coming up this week. Tyvis, you're going to be there.
Yes, I will be. I'll be there on Saturday with Eric Reeser.
That's going to be fun.
It will be.
10 a.m.
Hey, it is at 10 a.m., isn't it? That's way earlier. We was there 12 to 3 last year.
Well, we switched the time of the show like a month or so ago.
Yeah, it just dawned on me that.
I didn't figure that would be that big a news to you.
I know. I've only done it like 3 times now, but it hadn't hit me like that last time I was at the board because it was scorching hot out there last year. I remember I went with my wife. And she was walking around. It was scorching hot. I don't know what the temperature is going to be this Saturday, but 10 to 1 makes it won't be as hot.
I think we got some weather in the forecast. We'll see how that goes, though.
It's supposed to rain?
I think there's some weather in the forecast. Could be spotty, but we shall see. It's always a fun week. It's always, to me, when you go out there, it's felt like it's one of the first real hot weeks of the year.
Well, I mean,
because you got to be outside and you got to be moving around a lot.
It's supposed to be in the mid to high 70s.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's cool. That's perfect weather for me.
I feel like that's maybe even a little bit better than what some of the past memorials have been a week earlier.
It's been in the 90s. It's been in the mid 80s.
Yeah,
late
80s. We're talking about years, high 80s, whatever. But so my guy, we're talking about your guy. You guys want to join the discussion on that? Please do. I posed it to Tyvis in the first segment. If you're just joining us, who is your guy on this Buckeye football team and what are the reasons? Like, favorite player, just your guy, you like his story, you know, the type of numbers that he's put up. We got a lot of stars that left this team, but a ton of guys that came back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a lot of options for, you know, favorite player distinction to pop up. We didn't even talk about the quarterback there. I mean, you're talking about the quarterback of the Ohio State Buckeyes. A lot of years would be getting a lot of the votes for this, but we'll see about Will Howard and what this guy is about and what he does. And on top of that, I mean, I'm looking at this. I mentioned the wide receiver core and Emeka Egbuka, how much we love that guy. Jeremiah Smith, the waves that he's been making. Brandon Inniss. You know, there's countless more.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at this running back room.
Okay.
And Tyvis, that's where I went to.
Okay.
We've talked about him a good bit in the last couple of months and just what a big transfer he was.
Yeah.
And this is nothing, because I also really love Travion Henderson, and I'm excited to see what the entire room is, but I've just got some kind of hunch, and it's not because he just appeared on the Madden cover, like his top left shoulder.
That's NCAA.
Yeah,
not Madden.
Did I say Madden?
Yeah,
I'm
NCAA.
Sorry. Well, I'm just so excited. I mean, we've always had Madden football, and now it's Madden reincarnate.
Let's hope that the gameplay are nothing alike.
Oh, that big of a Madden sucks, guys?
Yeah,
guy?
I'm not a huge. Because to me, it's been the same game for like 15 years.
Well, whatever. Quinshawn Judkins, my guy.
Okay.
Quinshawn Judkins is going to be that dude
for
me.
He's a great guy.
Great guy. Talent through the roof.
Yes, it is.
Size, speed, strength, all of that. He's obviously brilliant as a straight-up pure runner. And then what he can do out of the backfield, man, what an addition, right? And this is this newfound college football. This is what we're talking about. When you can strengthen a team, this is why, we talked to, Bill Rabinowitz next segment. My view on all these changes with college football is that Ohio State is one of the perfect schools, one of the perfect places to benefit immensely from all this, because they'll be able to rock with the new changes. They'll have the money. They'll have the funds.
Yeah.
They'll have the resources. And what they are setting the table for here in 2024 with a guy, just for me to have the chance to have a guy like Quinshawn Judkins to follow and pour everything into, it's going to be fantastic.
I actually like that. For Quinshawn, I think just some of the things that if you just follow his story a little bit and you see he's been giving money back to his old high school. He's working all the time. Every time I've went into the Woody, he's in there getting extra treatment. He seems like a pro when he handles his business. So I definitely can see why you would gravitate to a guy like that. It's going to be very interesting to see that 1-2 punch. If Travion does go down, I don't think nobody's going to blink an eye, because you still got another guy that showed you he can do it by himself as well. So,
I mean, look,
he should have some really good yards and good games this season.
I already put him down for double 1,000s.
Yeah,
for him and Trey. And again, it's just going to be a race, right?
Well,
it's going to be who wants it more, as far as, are they both going to be healthy? Are they both going to push each other?
Well,
how does Chip Kelly want to use these guys?
We also got to address the elephant in the room. I mean, that offensive line has to be really
absolutely
upgraded from what it was last year. It can't be one game is good, the next game is not.
No.
It has to be a consistently good run game, and hopefully now that Chip Kelly's in here and he can provide a different style of running the ball, that can be more effective to these guys.
All right, so you ready to hand some out?
I am.
Well, Monday staple back on the Buckeye Show. Buckeye Leaves time.
It's time to hand out some Buckeye Leaves.
All right, Tyvis, I will go here to start. I'm going to throw one to a couple of legendary Buckeyes. The coach, your guy, Urban Meyer, who won a national championship here back in 2014. 3 national championships overall as a college football coach, and one of the most absurdly high win percentages for his head coaching career. From Bowling Green, Utah, to Florida,
what is it?
to Ohio State.
87%.
I don't even have the number in front of me right now, but I don't think it's that high. I don't think it's at 87%. 85.4. There you go.
I was close.
Yeah. Damn close, Tyvis. It's the third highest ever third highest ever.
Who's first and second?
I'm sure it's like two legendary Notre Dame guys.
Oh, I could tell you one of them.
Is it Leahy and
I believe it's. I think it's Newt Rockne and Frank Leahy.
Newt or Canute? Didn't Rudy throw the
I
K
gotta go
in
now,
there?
Rock.
I gotta go now, Rock. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm not scared.
There's a shrine for Canute Rockne in the middle of this rest stop in
Kansas.
In Kansas.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't know that was a thing until I stumbled into it one day. And then I got to read up about that plane crash and what a deal that was. And how, like, the entire city of South Bend came out to his funeral. But either way, not to get sidetracked. Urban Meyer for being nominated or on the ballot as a first ballot. And he's going to get in, right? For the College Football Hall of Fame class. Nick Saban's in it, too. Do you think Nick's going to get in? I think he might have a good shot.
Really?
So, Urban and James Laurinaitis again is on the ballot. And I don't know how either of these guys would not be College Football Hall of Famers. So, I mean, Laurinaitis is one of 8 players in Ohio State history to get first-team All-American honors 3 times. Crazy. And I'll also throw one to the big cat, Andy Katzenmoyer, who's going to come in later this hour at 6:48. He's not in the College Football Hall of Fame, and I don't understand that at all. I think that's ridiculous that he's not in.
I didn't know that.
Too good of a resume. Too good of a resume.
Somebody must be overlooking. Is it
one
like
of the best Buckeye linebackers of all time with James?
Is this one of those things where you can eventually fall off and never get in?
I have to look deeper. I got to look deeper.
I mean, it's going to take.
Maybe
it's gonna
he's
take,
suffering from something like
it's
that.
It's going to take like 40 years, but I'm going to get in.
Yes. You talking about you, or are we going to get Andy in?
Me.
We'll see about that.
About 44. I need one of them weak classes, where it ain't a lot of big names on there, and I might be able to just sneak on in.
Let me give one to Robert McIntyre, the Scot who won the golf tournament yesterday and got his ticket punched to the Memorial.
Ooh.
Beautiful story from Scotland. First win. His dad was caddying for him. If you didn't see the CBS interviews after the round, beautiful stuff yesterday. Beautiful stuff.
Might have to check that one out. Myself, I'm going with 2 former Buckeyes myself, obviously. Braxton Miller is he accepted into the Ohio State Athletics?
Yeah, and he announced it for himself last week. Hey guys, I'm in.
Yeah, which was an obvious choice. I mean, just
obvious
the things
choice
that he used to do was amazing, and like I say, it was so fun to just be able to see it live and see some of the things that he was able to do. I think that was well deserved for a guy that played 2 positions and never blinked an eye, figured it out, made it work as a wide receiver, and even was able to get drafted as a wide receiver. So I really wish the shoulder never got messed up. I really wanted to see what he would have been as a quarterback in the NFL. I think he would have been special there. And then my other leaf goes to Garrett Wilson, because Garrett Wilson got up on there and threw Ohio State the biggest alley-oop when it comes to a wide receiver pitch.
Oh, he did. I saw that last week. Yeah.
Not being afraid of competition, what this program does to
wide
develop.
Receivers are great.
Wide receivers are doing so well in the NFL, and I just thought that for this to be a big recruiting weekend that passed, I thought it was perfect timing.
There are the Leaves. The man who covers the Buckeyes for the Dispatch, Bill Rabinowitz, he's going to weigh in on all these big changes in college football, how it affects things for us going forward. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
I'm Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for Truehold. If you had a crystal ball, you wouldn't agonize over when to sell your home. You would just ask these questions. Should I sell when my home's value is sky high? Or wait and hope that the bottom doesn't drop out of the housing market? The thing is, I'm not ready to move. You don't need a crystal ball with Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You can literally sell now and stay in your home as long as you'd like. When you sell your home to Truehold for its best current value, you can fully cash out on your home's equity, and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and all the maintenance and upkeep, too. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. You can get an offer now while your home's value is sky high and use the money to secure your retirement, pay off bills, or finance your dreams. It's your money. Do whatever you want with it. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's best value without moving. Again, that's Truehold.com.
When life is on hold due to a painful injury or condition, every day counts. Start the path to recovery now with Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts. Start with orthopedic1.com.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Rockman and Ice.
It was kind of the vibe Clemson was giving off a few years ago, and it's been kind of like a flat Sprite. You got the taste of Sprite, but it don't have that carbonation anymore.
Rockman and Ice, weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
There's a little slice of heaven in a country road's escape. Pure perfection in the form of uncrowded nature. Over 1.5 million acres of parks and public lands. From mountain biking to stargazing. Churning whitewater to quiet trout streams far off the grid. Almost heaven is down to earth in West Virginia. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply.
Hi, this is Ron Frost with Ohio Mulch, and here's to Ohio Mulch celebrating 40 years of making the community a greener and more beautiful place, one garden at a time. Don't miss out on the opportunities to elevate your outdoor space and to be part of a journey towards the next 40 successful years. Check out our promotions online at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply. Cleaner, greener, better.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Bike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye Talk and the latest updates on Ryan Day's beard. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Happy Monday, Buckeye fans. Timmy and Tyvis here with you. And now we bring on a good old expert, the guy that covers the team for the Columbus Dispatch. He is Bill Rabinowitz on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Our music bed's getting real choppy right here. Save the day for us, Bill. How we doing, buddy? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I saw Tyvis, what is it, wisdom teeth?
Oh, yeah.
Survived it.
Did you get yours out when you were younger, Bill, or still have them in?
Yeah, I did. I was engaged then, and my fiance, not my wife, she was very, very worried something bad would happen. But everything was fine. Not pleasant, but one of those things you got to do.
Do you remember your drive home and how loopy you were? Do you remember anything funny about that?
No, I don't. It's been so long. My thing is with kidney stones, and they drug me up, and then I'm just loopy. Yeah.
Oh God, kidney stones. That's not.
The worst.
I
hope I go my whole life and don't experience one of those.
Don't you gotta get? How do you gotta pee those out, right?
Ask Bill. Sounds like he's going through it. Say that again.
Let's talk about Ohio State football.
Bill, it was a lot of things that changed, this year with the football team. When you look at all the moves that they made from coaching staff, from players, what do you think is the one key piece that happened that's going to help this team be better this fall?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I of the transfers that came in, I would say Caleb Downs is probably the best of them. But I can make a case for the importance of all of them. Obviously, Will Howard, assuming he's the quarterback, and I think he's the favorite. I don't think it's a done deal. Devin Brown had a really good spring, and Will Howard was a little up and down, which is to be expected considering he just got here. But Will Howard came here for a reason. He's an experienced guy. He doesn't have to be great. I mean, he doesn't have to be Justin Fields or Dwayne Haskins or even C.J. Stroud. He just has to be good, be really good and solid and not make mistakes. And then you look at, like, Quinshon Judkins. And we know that Travion Henderson, as talented as he is, has been hurt quite a bit in his career. And to have a 1-2 punch like that should keep both of them fresh. I can't imagine having a better tandem in the country than those two. And then even like Seth McLaughlin solidifying the offensive line. The center was an issue last year, and if he can come in and be the anchor on that line, then that makes everybody else better. And so I think you make a case for all of them. And then you think about like Jeremiah Smith, and the hyperbole for him is off the charts. Mm-hmm. And so, they're loaded. I mean, they are loaded. I mean, I think if the quarterback and the offensive line are up to Ohio State standards, then this is a potential juggernaut.
Bill, it's not like, that's given us so much to talk about, all these new faces with this Buckeye football team. And then we're living in this offseason where so much is going on in the sport in general, not just college football, but college sports. And we hadn't talked about the deal or the settlement, the news that spread. And then on top of that, the word of maybe a salary cap being put into place where it's going to be truly pay to play and in the low 20 million range for Power 5 schools. What do you think in the short term is going to be the biggest impact for someone like Ohio State? Tyvis and I were kind of briefly talking about it last segment, where we feel this school is in a good place for all these changes.
Yeah, I've always thought that Ohio State was positioned probably better than any school in the country for NIL, because it's a major program in a big city and has the state to itself, basically. There's no other program in the country that can say that. And so they're always well positioned that way, but if there is some kind of salary cap, and who knows what it's going to look like. I mean, the devil's in the details, as we know, and we haven't even gotten to the details yet. It's just people are just speculating at this point. But yeah, look, Ohio State is always going to be well positioned because of who they are. And Ross Bjork, the new athletic director, was brought in largely because he's a fundraiser. He was very good at that at Texas A&M, and so Ohio State's going to be just fine when it comes to that. Now, if there's a salary cap and Ohio State can't go out and do what they did this offseason and say, okay, Caleb Downs will give you X amount, and I don't know what the number is. I mean, I've heard the numbers, but I don't have it confirmed and don't really care what the numbers are. But it's not a secret that Ohio State opened the checkbook this year, in whatever form you want to describe it. And so if there's a salary cap, then that could potentially level the playing field, like the NFL has a salary cap. But I still think it's probably not going to be a hard cap. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But I think Ohio State's always going to be positioned well.
Bill, do you think that when you look at Ryan Day's postseason record in bowl games and in the CFP, do you think it's fair to be judged like that? Because I feel like, in some of the games that he lost, like the Clemson game, obviously it was a bad call by the ref. And then you think about the Georgia game, the Marvin Harrison thing. Like, is it I feel like it's so many things. When you look at his record, it's an asterisk. But do you think that that's fair to give him that criticism, even though all those things did happen?
Well, I mean, obviously you referenced the games that I was thinking of too. The Clemson game in 19. Ohio State really, I mean, I'm not one who blames the refs for the outcomes of games, but boy, that one was one that's hard to look at and say that wasn't a factor. And to a lesser degree, the Georgia game, that non-call on Marvin Harrison, the targeting in the end zone, that was a huge play. But there were about 4 or 5 other huge plays that if they'd gone the other way, not just the field goal at the end, but other plays.
Didn't J.K. fumble twice in that Clemson game, Bill?
What's that?
Did J.K. fumble a couple times in key spots in that Clemson game?
All these games blur together to me, for me, but I think you might be right about that. But look, they were up in that game. They were dominating that game. And then the targeting call on was it Sean Wade, I think it was?
Yes, Sean Wade for sure.
and then the Jordan Fuller.
Oh God, yeah.
There were plays in that game that'll haunt Ohio State fans forever. Then in 2020, they got revenge against Clemson, dominated them, and then ran up against a team for the ages, Alabama. That was and Ohio State was dealing with COVID. Ohio State really had no chance in that championship game. And then they lost to Michigan 3 years in a row. Now, are two of them, at least 21 and 22, do they deserve a bit of an asterisk, as Gene Smith suggests? Maybe. They still lost. And so, that's not postseason. And last year's Missouri game, I don't know that you really it counts, obviously. But you lose your starting quarterback, and then your backup gets hurt early in the game, and you're left with a guy who really not played. And so it exposed other deficiencies on the team, the offensive line, even more than it had been before. But, I don't think anyone's going to judge Ryan Day by the Missouri game.
And this is going to be a big year for it, as we all know. It's going to be a huge year for it.
Yeah, if they lose to Michigan this year at home when Harbaugh and so much of that team is gone, it would be unpleasant, to put it that way. And then you figure that Ross Bjork is the AD, not Gene Smith, who hired Ryan Day. Now, I don't expect that to happen. I think Ohio State will beat Michigan this year. But it's going to be a tough game. And all the pressure will be on Ohio State if the season goes the way we think it's going to go. With a 12-team playoff, it's not everything, because if they lose that game, they'll still be in the playoff, assuming they don't have just a terrible season. So they could potentially get redemption, but they have to beat. You got to beat them in Columbus, and I would say they probably have to get to at least the semifinals and the playoff for this season to be considered a success. Beat Michigan, win the Big Ten, get to at least the semifinals. But this is a team, as Denzel Burke said, natty or bust. They came back to win a national championship. All those guys, they could have gone to the NFL.
They did. That's Ryan with it, too. I'm a natty or bust guy with them, and it's going to be fun to watch it unfold. Bill, always fun talking some Buckeye football with you. Hope you have a kidney stone-free 2024 here, man. I know we'll talk before that, though.
Take care of yourself.
You too.
All right, good stuff. There he goes. Bill Rabinowitz from the Columbus Dispatch. You can follow all his good Buckeye stuff right there. All right, so we got to do this. We need to right a serious wrong in the world of college football. Part of what I wanted to talk to the big cat about, Andy Katzenmoyer, joins in studio next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Since 1897, the Byers Auto family of dealerships has been serving Central Ohio's transportation needs. When we first opened our doors, our vehicles were fueled by oats and hay, required saddles, not seatbelts, and had shoes instead of tires. Over 120 years later, Byers Auto is still family-owned and operated. Our goal is to provide the best selection, price, and service in Central Ohio. And it's all on one website, buyersauto.com.
Come see why it's better to buy from Byers.
Byers Auto is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Bishop and Friends.
If athletes become employees, does unlimited transfer matter? When you hear Saban say all that he said over the last few years about we need an NFL model, this is the control back.
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
I'm Scotty Vegas, and I just hit on my biggest win of the year. I called Maxima Concrete to create my ultimate sports driveway, and they delivered better than hitting that huge parlay. The neighbors wondered why I just go out and stare with a big smile at the ground. It's because Maxima Concrete gave me the driveway for all my ultimate pickleball battles, my game-winning basketball shots against the kids, and an area to make memories forever. Maxima Concrete does patios, walkways, driveways, and more. Get your free estimate at maximaconcrete.com.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Are you not able to enjoy the summer as much as you want because of joint pain? This is the time of year for being outdoors. It's the best, but not if your knees, shoulders, hips, or back are hurting. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Don't suffer any longer. Non-surgical joint pain relief is here at QC Kinetics. Call them today. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. QC Kinetics advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and help restore and repair damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, play golf, move, swim, all pain-free. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. They have locations in Columbus, in both Gahanna and Dublin. Their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. So go check them out at QC Kinetics/Columbus or give them a call, 380-208-4544.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Stickers on helmets make us happy. This is the Buckeye Show.
Back here on the Buckeye Show on a Monday, and the legendary linebacker has been doing work with us here on the Fan throughout the past football season. So we got him in here in 2023, and you were hearing him on the Tailgate Show, getting you guys pumped up for Buckeye football. Andy Katzenmoyer, who I've always said, your photo where you've got your visor on and the biggest shoulder pads known to man, you might know, it's like if you Google image yourself, it's the one photo that's in there. It's just terrifying. It's a reason a guy like me could never play football, for the fear of getting hit by somebody like you.
I don't know about that.
But it's good to see you, Andy. Thanks for doing it.
Good to see you. Yep.
Oh, man. So we were talking earlier in the show how Urban and James Laurinaitis up for the College Football Hall of Fame. It absolutely blows my mind that you are not in this, and we don't know why. We don't know what the politics are.
I appreciate that, and I don't know the selection process. I don't know who votes on it, but both those gentlemen are very well deserving of the Hall of Fame vote. If I get honored enough to be voted in one day, that'd be fantastic.
What was the honor like of getting inducted into the Ohio State Hall of Fame? I imagine it's incredible, but what do you remember about that process?
I remember actually getting a phone call from my elementary school PE teacher.
That's cool.
She was on the board, the voting board on the women's side. Name was Jerry Price, and okay. As what's cool was, so she was my elementary school PE teacher. Her husband was my high school PE teacher. And so to have her call me and inform me what was going on, and then before I actually walked out and to the stadium for at halftime or whatever that was, she actually gave me a Buckeye from my Buckeye tree, which I thought was really cool, and kind of like gave me a hug and said, congratulations, all that stuff. So,
that is so cool.
Yeah, so that, bringing it all back, helping her mold me in my, athleticism and my physical education career was pretty cool.
Things like that, they're so deserving. I would imagine, you play this game for your teammates, right, and for your brothers, and then those individual awards. Am I right? Do those come secondary? It's just something that I would imagine also makes it a little bit more fulfilling when you think about your career and your legacy, that people thought of you in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, in the moment, you're happy to win, but you're not. For me, like, I wasn't playing for those individual stuff, and the memories that I have are from the games, the training days, the workout sessions, the joking around in the locker room. Like, I miss all that stuff.
Right.
And then to look back and say the impact that I had, the personal achievements that I was able to achieve, obviously is very, very cool. And I'm honored to just play the game and do the best. I was really just trying to do the best I could every single time to put my team in Ohio State in the position to win, to be successful. Maybe I'm just naive, or I still hold that my teammates really helped me become the player that I was. Coming in, being thrown in the fire freshman year. Mike
playing as a true freshman,
all that stuff.
First linebacker ever, I think, at the time, right?
Correct.
To start your first game as a true freshman.
But to have the people around me to kind of show me the way.
Yeah.
The Mike Vrabel, Matt Finkus, Luke Fickell, Ryan Miller, Greg Belisari, all in our front seven, just showing me. I mean, they're all seniors, and so to show me how the sense of urgency that I had to have, to catch up, to play at their level, coming from high school to college, they didn't want me to miss a step, and they didn't allow me to miss a step. They had some grace, they understood, as well as but at the same time, they felt like they missed out the year before, and this was their last shot. And it was pretty cool just to be able to go and
that's awesome.
Experience that through fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Andy Katzenmoyer, the big cat, stepped in the studio here on the Buckeye Show, and regardless, we'll have to get the Brain Trust looking at this and get Buckeye Nation behind it, because you shouldn't have to worry about something like that. But it's got to be one of the more absurd things. Sometimes you just go to the internet and you just expect to see something. I'm like, I want to look a few tidbits about Andy Katzenmoyer, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, no, not in. I'm typing the name in on the website, and it's not popping up. It's one of the best resumes. I mean, 50 TFLs, 18 sacks. We had 12 as a freshman, consensus All-American. You won the Lambert and the Butkus in the same year. Right? It's ridiculous. It's preposterous.
Right.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it fixed.
I hope so.
We're gonna fix it.
Let me know when you figure it out.
We're gonna do it ourselves on this show if nothing gets done. But Andy, I imagine I met you years back. It was at one of those Midwest sports spectaculars, and you were always to me one of these former Buckeyes that you've maintained the look. Like, you've kept the very muscular dude. I say that, people, if you haven't seen Andy, because when he's walking down the street, you've got that look of a former Buckeye linebacker that means business. Did you get recognized a lot in this town? And then maybe sitting up there doing our tailgate show last year, that kind of adds another element of it where it's very public that Andy's doing the shows for us. But I figure you would get that in this town throughout the years.
Yes. Well, it's more so, like, it used to be more seasonal during, maybe leading up to football season, during football season, for sure. Now I feel like, on a random Tuesday, I'll run to someone. They're like, "Hey, did you play football?" And then
you have to say, "Yeah."
I'm like, "Yeah, I did." They're like, "Oh, really?" And then you tell them, they're like, "Oh, yeah, okay, yeah." So, I still look the part. I always walked around the off season. I weighed between 275 to 285. I've always been a big guy. I walk around now at like 305. I have always enjoyed the training side of football, and that has never left me.
Yeah.
At the same time, whatever. So, I still look the part for the most part, but most people think I'm a guard, now looking at me. But that could also be because now players in today's game are a little bit smaller at the linebacker position. They weren't my size when they played. Like, I played at, I think 270 was my last year in New England. That was my reporting weight. And, there's not too many 270 guys walking around playing linebacker.
I understand it's a very stereotypical question too. Did you play football?
Right.
Just because I'm big, right? had to play football. Right. Just be like, no, I'm an accountant.
No, man. Yeah. play ping pong.
Right. This is how the Lord graced me, with size and strength. And I just go about my daily tasks. I'm the guy that can open any kind of jar around the kitchen, right?
That's right.
You need any help.
Yeah. I just heard the other day, I was leaving an event. Oh, it was a graduation.
Yep. 'Tis the season.
My daughter's graduation. And
congratulations.
Yeah. It was really awesome. And, we're leaving, and we're going through this crowd, and my stepson was like, "Hey, I just heard this lady say how great it is to follow you because you're so good at making holes through crowds." And I'm like, "I don't get that, but I understand what they're saying." You know,
I'm a fullback now. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Andy, one football question here, because we'll be able to talk to Andy as we get close to the year. He's on the fan team now, and with our tailgate show is Buckeye football season. It will be here before we know it. But there's so many new things with this team. Is it something with this defense because you played that side of the ball, or is there something else with all these newbies coming in that has you most interested about what 2024 is going to look like?
I'm looking forward to seeing how all these new pieces between coaches and players are all going to come together, and how much they've come together between, the winter, spring ball, now summer stuff, and then going into fall, and how fast it'll take for them to gel, or if they have, or haven't. Because really, it doesn't matter how great you are. If you don't work well with your teammates, you guys don't, there's no gelling there, then you can't be as great as your potential could be. Yeah. So that's what I'm most interested in.
Yeah, it's got to come together. It really does feel like with everything that was done, that it's a natty or bust. We've been saying that a lot, like these last couple of months.
There's been a lot of effort. Yeah, a lot of effort. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
To make this team as great as it could be.
All right. Hey, the linebacker, the big cat, Andy Katzenmoyer, nice enough to stop in the studio with us here for a few minutes. Let's get him into the hall. Let's stop the madness with this. Appreciate it, Andy.
Absolutely.
Good stuff from the big cat. It is absurd that a guy that good is not in the College Football Hall of Fame. We got to figure out a way to change that. Well, Tyvis, we're going to do some College Football Pulse coming up here. Nothing better this time of year than a nice update of the Football Power Index. Maybe something that might surprise you guys in the top 4 of this index. It's coming up. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
News, opinions, and insight all before breakfast. Rise and shine with Morning Juice.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Common Man here. Let me tell you about my new friends, Sell for 1% Realtors. This is a new company for me. They were interested in working with me, so they went for a CAT scan. When that passed, I needed to meet the family to see what they were all about, if they were a good fit. And when I say meet the family, I mean it. Sell for 1% is totally family run right here in Columbus. The premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your house for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. And they do everything you'd expect from the 6% people. This is full service, not a discount service. Here's how they do it. Technology has made the realtor's job easier, from taking photos to signing documents on your phone, but their prices have remained the same, even though the realtor's not putting in the same time they used to. Sell for 1% passes the savings on to you because they know you're going to be impressed with the service and then tell people about it. On average, customers save over $10,000 in commissions. I didn't know about these guys 10 years ago. Don't be stupid like me and pay more than you have to. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
It's no fun to get blindsided. That's why you need to know what's coming in Ohio Medicaid.
Championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Recent changes in Ohio Medicaid could impact you. If your information isn't up to date, you could lose your health insurance. Call the Ohio Department of Medicaid so you don't have to scramble to stay insured.
Call 800-324-8680. A public health message from CareSource.
That's what I call forward progress.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Buddy Wells. In baseball tonight, the Reds are in Colorado for the first of three against the Rockies. Andrew Abbott is on the bump. First pitch is at 8:40 tonight. As for the Guardians, they're off tonight. They'll host the Royals tomorrow night in the first of a three-game series. In the NFL, the Minnesota Vikings and star wide receiver Justin Jefferson have agreed to a 4-year, $140 million extension. The deal includes $110 million guaranteed. Jefferson is now the highest-paid non-quarterback in league history. In college basketball, Jake Diebler filled out his assistant coaching staff today. Taylor Battle, who spent the last 3 seasons at Northwestern, was hired today as Diebler's 5th and final assistant coach. Speaking of OSU basketball, we learned today that the Buckeyes will face Kentucky this season in the CBS Sports Classic. The game will be played on December 21st at Madison Square Garden. And today, Ohio State football announced that they will be wearing their all-gray alternate uniforms this fall on October 5th when they take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electric? Call a carpenter.
Hour 2 of the Buckeye Show. Timmy and Tyvis. The Bode Man is here. The head, the hands, the foot, the ball. That's the shirt today. Paul Horning could adjust in this locker, Tim. Johnny Lujack.
I just want to see one scarlet and gray shirt.
You said you were going to bring me one.
I have. You know what?
That's a promise.
The sick thing is, I've been over there numerous times and I forget to go in there and grab the shirt. What'd you say? Medium?
Medium. Yep. Medium works.
All right. Next time I'm over
thin
there.
guy.
But you know, with all these recruiting weeks, I should be in that building often. So.
What is the rule now for you? Like, can you go over there and you're connected up where you can get some good official?
Me?
Oh,
I've always been like that.
Never seen him yet. Bodie. The one rule is there are no rules for Tyvis Powell. And I'm not Notre Dame boy here. I'm Buckeye man.
Wait a minute.
I've never had a single thing come across my desk.
You knew that I could go in there and ask.
Why do I have to ask?
Really?
Why would I have to ask?
How many people? Because if you assume, you know what they say about people that make assumptions.
That's exactly why I don't ask. I just want to receive.
Oh, please. Oh, my goodness.
Isn't it better to give, Tyvis?
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I do is give.
I think if you brought me a nice, beautiful looking Nike Buckeye hoodie,
you know, it's funny.
Quarter zip. I might make
I haven't even been over there to
feel pretty good.
Tim, I haven't been over there to do it. So
you're over there all the time.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I am not.
Oh, when's the last time? Please.
When was the last time I was over there?
Yeah. Saturday?
No.
Sunday?
I met him at the Blackwell, so no, I wasn't over there.
Oh, you could have swung by.
I could have. The last time I was at the Woody was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was picking something up but I didn't go inside. I was like right in the trophy area.
Not gear, apparently.
Yeah. No, I didn't get the gear. But I need to go back over there because I got some stuff I got to pick up. I'm glad y'all just brought this up. Go ahead. I'm thinking out loud. What we got, Bodie?
Don't try to turn the page on that. Don't try to run and hide.
Yeah, I got some stuff I got to pick up.
You got some stuff. And Bodie, you'd wear it, right? If it looked good.
I don't know about that.
Come on,
Tim. After the last 2 years,
if he brings you something, you have to wear it.
I'm telling you. You're not about to scold me and then make me go get it.
I never asked for it. I just get scolded for what I wear, which I never asked for either.
Keep it in your locker.
Well, he scolds you.
Yeah, exactly.
I just
comes with the territory.
Where is your degree from?
Lakewood High School.
And what do you expect?
Who do you play for?
What are you going to expect? We're all Americans here, right?
Yeah.
Can we get along?
Yeah.
Why do we even have to be Americans to get along?
yeah, Tim. Why don't you think outside the picture a little bit more there? We're all humans.
Come on.
We're all people.
Global. All right, what do we got going on?
All right, guys, we have the Football Power Index, as we'll call it, the FPI rankings for ESPN for this upcoming season. The top
love
5.
it.
Yes, God, I love it. Just numbers. Numbers out the wazoo. I don't even know what half of them mean, but they all look fun. Top 5 in order. Buckeyes are not first among Big Ten teams. It starts off with Georgia's number 1. Oregon comes in at number 2. Buckeyes aren't too far behind, though. Texas is 3. Ohio State is number 4. And then Alabama is number 5. A couple things that I saw that popped out to me a little bit as I was looking through the article. Title odds by conference. They have the SEC at 52.5% and the Big Ten at 32.3%. So basically saying there's an 85% chance that the national championship winner will come from one of those two conferences this season. Probably not a huge surprise. Another thing that stood out to me, the highest leverage games this season, according to the rankings. Number 1 is Ohio State at Penn State. Number 2 is Michigan at Ohio State. And then 3, 4, and 5 is Missouri at Alabama, Florida State at Notre Dame, and then Alabama at Tennessee. So
you said, say that. Why Penn State at Ohio State is the number 1 ranked what?
Highest leverage game.
Okay.
So I think, according to that, that's basically saying the winner of that would take a pretty significant forward step towards getting to the playoff or winning the national championship.
What do you think Penn State is?
I mean, if Penn State wins that game, though, that's what it's saying.
But for Ohio State, it's just another day. Like, it's just another game.
Yeah, but if you're Penn State and you win that,
it's unfortunate.
Nameless, faceless opponent.
It is as long as you win,
State,
right?
Yeah. Think about it from Penn State shoes. If they win that game, I mean, I don't know exactly how the rest of their schedule sets up. I know Big Ten-wise, I know they play West Virginia, I'm pretty sure, in the non-conference, but you have to think if you're Penn State and you win that game, that's a huge step for them into potentially winning the Big Ten, making the playoff for sure, and maybe even winning the national championship if they win the game.
They have West Virginia. It's showing on the road at West Virginia, but sometimes I can't tell if it's neutral site.
That was at Happy Valley last year, so I would assume it's
a true road game. Yeah. So they have that to start the year on August 31st, and then leading up to the Ohio State game, this is what they got. UCLA at home, so they catch a newbie. USC on the road. Then they are on the road at Wisconsin. Then the Buckeyes, then home against Washington. Shout out Ron Stokes.
That's pretty tough.
Yeah, that is a tough little slate. I agree with that with at Penn State with Ohio State, but they got more work to do
Penn State,
on top of just Ohio State.
Penn State is not beating Ohio State until they can get some wide receivers in there, and it's not going to happen right now. It's just not. I just don't see it.
I mean, and this is with James Franklin meddling with his medical staff the entire way, too. He's in some trouble out
Bruise
there.
on the legs a hell of a long way from the heart.
I think he's been
put your gear on.
He's been very hurt, Brooksy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Almost. Some would say to a fault.
Yeah.
To where
Doc told her
lawsuits are
just
coming
a
to
bruise. It won't get any worse. It'll just be painful. But if we got guys playing with legitimate, real injuries, kind of crossing the line.
To Herb's credit, he did tell him to take his gear off, right? Or no, did he tell him to put his gear back on?
Put your gear back on.
Yeah,
and
that's
then he
right.
told him, you know what, put your street clothes on.
Put your street clothes on.
I got no time for quitters.
Yeah. Just put your street clothes on. We don't need you. That's not how we need it right here. I would tell you this, boys. You're talking about the FPI. So Oregon being second in that chamber and Ohio State being fourth. Big thoughts on that, Tyvis? National title odds in this data-driven, whatever the heck it means. But again, it's good fodder for June. It doesn't have to roll this way, but some computer somewhere say that the Ducks, who have the home game against the Buckeyes, better title chances than the Buckeyes.
What was their record last year?
I don't know. What
they
does it
only
matter?
lost 2 games. They lost to Washington both times by, 3 points, I think, both times.
You're right. 2 to Washington. Obviously a new quarterback, though, but they got one of the best ones out there.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel.
In Dylan Gabriel.
I mean, it seems like it would be fine. I think that, I think they're going through the same thing that we're going to go through. I think in that game, whatever quarterback plays better is going to win that game because you're both you both had a couple of games to try to figure out this new system, the new players around you. If it is Will Howard is the starting quarterback, if it's Devin Brown, he kind of knows these guys, but to be able to go out there and translate it on the field, to have that chemistry, it should be a good game. I just think whatever quarterback plays better is going to win. The reason I give the Buckeyes a slight edge is because I still love that defense that they have. And that defense is always going to keep them in the game and give them a chance to win if they continue to play the way that they played last year.
Do you guys know who has the best national championship percentage from the Big 12? It's Division I football.
Don't tell me Utah.
No.
Rock chalk, baby.
Rock chalk.
Let's go.
Yes, the Jayhawks.
Stop it, man. Y'all
the sun will shine on us again, brother.
This is absurd. Like,
I love it.
They really gave me to the Jayhawks.
Yeah.
I love the Big 12.
Look at that.
I think it's going to be awesome.
15th in the FPI overall, but the first team to appear from the Big 12 conference
Look how
is
far
Kansas. Why do you think they gave their athletic director a 7-year contract extension? They actually brought football back to something.
Do you actually think
just won the title?
The Jayhawks are going to win the Big 12?
They
do
sure
they still
have
got the quarterback?
Why not
Yes,
us,
they
Tim?
do.
What's
They
the
do.
quarterback? Daniels.
Jalen.
Yeah,
Jalen Daniels.
Yeah. I mean, if Jaden Daniels.
J-A-L-O-N.
Yeah, if Jaden could be that good, why
Jalen
not
Daniels.
me?
Yeah.
Right?
What if he's the next Jaden Daniels?
This is
Man, he was
Heisman, second round pick.
So he's been hurt. He's been hurt. So this guy's been hurt for the better part of 2 years. And they've been improving as a program without this guy that they knew would be a star-type quarterback to help take that offense to the next level. But he's been out pretty much most of the 2 years. I do remember the big thing that had him buzzing last year is he showed up to like their media days or whatever that was. He had a necklace on that was basically a screen that was playing highlights of himself.
Who did that?
Are you listening? Daniels.
That's awesome.
Kansas' quarterback.
I thought you was talking about Jaden Daniels.
No, we're talking about Jalen.
He's a bum. We're talking about the better one.
Jaden's a bum. He's going to be with the Commanders. He's going to bust out of the league.
That's
Don't
awesome.
worry about him anymore.
So that's what he's doing with his NIL money?
Making
Some
like
of
a
it,
TV screen necklace that plays highlights of yourself on a loop.
You know what? No, they're not going to win the Big 12. Absolutely not. No, that's absurd.
Come on.
They'd be lucky to be bowl eligible.
It's either him or ninth-year quarterback Cam Rising. Probably one of those two teams.
It'll be Shador Shador.
Sure.
Cam Rising is not still at Utah, is he?
Yes, he is.
Oh, my God.
Yes,
I think it's his
can't let it go.
6th or 7th year.
It's
been there a minute.
It's time.
He loves college football, man.
It's
God
time.
bless-
Dave,
I mean, listen,
man,
with
Dave Grohl's college football brother.
With
right
the
there.
NIL,
Yeah.
Didn't they get like the whole team got like a car or something or a truck or something?
That sounds right, yeah.
They got one and they had to share it.
Yeah.
No, I think everybody on the team got one. If that's the case, man, what a time to be alive. Boy, you better soak it up.
All right, this will be good. That's good, Bodie. I certainly appreciate it. College Football Pulse there with a little FPI. Jake Diebler made yet another move to boost this team in 24 and 25. And there's a good Tyvis Powell story to talk about in connection with something that happened with Buckeye basketball. That's coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through October 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Hello, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletic Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Bike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved. Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
Common Man and T-Bone.
I have something that's going to make your head explode. I give you stats sometimes that are just crazy stats. This is going to make your head explode, okay?
All right.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I work for Meijer. People always ask, why do I shop there? It's because I can get great quality and value in one stop. Like this week's hottest deals on certified Angus beef and locally grown asparagus. Plus, I can earn M-Perks points every time I shop for groceries, apparel, at the pharmacy, or when I'm at the pump. Meijer has all I need in just one stop, and the same low Meijer prices in-store and online. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A perfect start to the week with temperatures running in the low 80s, fair skies and light winds. Overnight we'll fall back down to the low to mid 60s with light south wind and mainly clear skies. Tuesday will feature a sunny start, a few late day clouds, warmer and a bit more humid in the afternoon with temperatures reaching the upper 80s. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
College radio done by professionals. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis, happy Monday to all you fine Buckeye fans. Remember, I'm sure you heard it by now, but all of the shows here are streaming live on YouTube. That's right. We love you fine Buckeye fans, and we don't care how you listen to us or how you watch us. We are just glad that you're here. And of course, 10 minutes, I mean, still, this will always be true until we get some new thing. Is there going to be some new thing that takes over for podcasts? Will the shows just be downloaded into an implant that is in our brain You can just think the show, and then it can start playing inside your head, and no one else can hear it, only you, so you're not bothering anybody? Will that happen?
No. What is this, the 100 or something? Like Black Mirrors? I feel like that's like an episode. You ever seen?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You've never seen Black Mirrors?
No, I don't do that.
Black Mirrors.
That sounds freaky.
Black Mirrors is this, I think it's on Netflix, and it's like a show that's, it's a show that none of them like go together. Like each episode is like a totally different show. And like that was, I didn't see the episode, but
it's not like our show. Our shows kind of blend together.
What you're talking about is this, it describes this episode that I remember my wife telling me about. And it sounds just like that, where they had like this memory thing in their head. And it was like you can go back and like a device in your head and just boom and replay memories and stuff.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, we're already getting, I'm not in this world yet because I don't think I'm ever going to be wearing the goggles or anything because I'm too blind. You don't want, but maybe the technology will get so good that I'll be able to put
Oculus,
on. I'll be able to put on an Oculus or the one that Apple's making now. I'll be able to put on
Apple Pie,
those kinds of devices, and maybe they will adjust my eyesight so it will like go into
you think we'll walk around? What is this?
The optics of it might adjust to my poor eyesight. Like when I'm at the optometrist and they're doing the is this better or is this worse? Is this better or is this worse? Maybe like the device will actually make me see. And then I just walk around wearing those all the time because it'll be better than real life.
Tim, if everybody starts wearing those Oculus or whatever they call,
you're just checking out.
This is just Ready Player One. That's what this is.
Would you live in a world like that?
No.
Where we're all just wearing those, even when we're walking the street.
I don't like that.
We just wear them.
I don't like that because it's like somebody can just walk up and just hit you right in the face and you wouldn't even see it.
No, but you'd be able to see it because the device would let you, would alert you, would let you see it.
We need to get away from technology.
What a world it's going to be, Tyvis.
The AIs are taking over.
Bunch of idiots walking around.
You don't even know what's real. Don't even know what's real or fake anymore. People can make people say stuff that they never said before. It's wild. What a time.
Anyway, you can watch the show on YouTube. Search up 97.1 The Fan. Our channel is there. Subscribe and click on the live button. The shows are there. The chat room is great. We say hello to all you guys in the chat room. Leave us a message. Anything that we haven't hit on yet. Who is your guy for this Ohio State football team in 2024 and why? We'll remind you of ours coming up here before the show ends. And the podcast is always available for download 5-10 minutes after the show is done. Just search up the Buckeye Show anywhere you get your audio. So there you go. You got the listening portion of it. You got the viewing portion of it right there. So a little Buckeye basketball coming at you right here. Obviously, it's going to be as big a year for Buckeye hoops. Not as big for this football team because it's different. It can never be the same. But transition year for Buckeye hoops, but they're going to have expectations on them for what they did at the end of the season. We know the football team. It's like we're ready to go. The deck is stacked, natty or bust type of mindset about it. I get it. But Jake Diebler takes another step in beefing up this program for 2024, 2025. I can't believe I'm saying the year 2025 in the year of a basketball season. We're a quarter century in to the 2000s at the end of this year. But he brings in Taylor Battle. I really like this hire. I feel like I've said that with most of his hires for his assistant coaches. I didn't know a ton about Luke Simons, who came over from Baylor, but I'm not at all dismissing that. I think he's got a lot to offer, a lot to bring, but Dave Dickerson, for his history here, was the first one we heard about. I thought that was big time. Jamal Walker, somebody that he's got experience with and a lot of, I think, 20 years of assistant coaching experience. The Joel Justice hire, I loved. And now this one where you get Taylor Battle, a guy, we just did well with a guy with the last name Battle last year as our best player. So some battle luck here. He is very guard oriented. He's the all-time leading scorer in Penn State history.
Okay.
And I see what you will about Penn State basketball, but 2,200 plus points in a Big Ten career, that means business. And this guy had his overseas career and he's been back, wants to make a go of the coaching journey. And he had a year at Penn State, couple years now with Northwestern. And
so he's been in the coaching for a couple years.
3 years now.
Okay.
And we're told that he and Boo Buie really connected, and he played a good part in helping unlock some things with Boo Booey's game, and we all know him as one of the better guards, not just in the Big Ten, but in the country the last couple of seasons.
I mean, that'd be great for Michi and Bruce. I mean,
I think so.
Those two would need that. I mean, because they got to figure out how to play together. You think about Northwestern with Boo Booey. Who is his running man? It was a guard that was, maybe it was 2 years ago. It was him and somebody else, and they were really a good duo together. Very productive duo there. So if they can get that same production out of our two guards.
They had a couple good
And both
players.
of them, I don't think Boo Booey is that big either. I think that he's an undersized guard as well. So if he's able to help them see things better and help them become more efficient in scoring and stuff like that, then that's a home run hire for sure. That's a direct need. I think we're going to be a pretty guard-heavy team with Michi and Bruce. Those
Barry,
two.
the one you're looking for? Ty Barry?
I think that's it.
Boo Booey and Ty
I
Barry?
think that's it.
Yeah.
If they can play like those two, then they can absolutely propel this team to winning a lot of games, coming up in this winter.
It's a big backcourt. Chase Audige might be the other name you're thinking of. He was a good player for Northwestern.
Yeah.
And Boo Booey had the whole run of the mill there. I want to say he was 5 years at Northwestern, super senior and all that good stuff. But it's everything you just said. It's if you can get a guy that can help Michi and Bruce maximize everything that they're going to do. And I think the good thing that you get from those two guys is they can both be comfortable in either spot.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And some people might look at that the other way and say you want more defined roles, but I like having two combo guards with flexibility. Bruce can just run point if you need him to.
But I think that
you know it.
I think it's nice that both of them, both guards' style is different, because if they can teach each other their style and they can have a good combination of both, then you got two guys that can be effective. With Michi, he is more of a scorer. Bruce looks to facilitate more. But now if you get these two together, now you don't have to worry about them, colliding, who's going to do what. Like, they can figure it out. And I think that if they that's the ultimate thing. If they figure out how to mesh together early, then this season is going to be very spectacular for those guys.
4 years in the Big Ten. I say 3 years?
Who?
For our coach, the new coach.
I think you said 3.
Taylor Battle. I think I said 3. It's 4 years previously at Northwestern and Penn State, so he's got the experience. This is what Jake said. He said his experience in the Big Ten as a player and as a coach makes me excited to welcome him to the Buckeye family. He's elite at player development, which is evident by the success Northwestern has had the past couple seasons. He's got the ability to recruit at a high level and knows what it takes to be successful in this conference. I've known Taylor for quite a while, and I'm looking forward to working alongside him as we take the next step as a program. It's probably important, right? You want to get guys that you do know.
Yes.
And you want to get some guys that maybe you don't have as strong a relationship.
Yeah,
you can get different voices and
you don't
take
want
a
it
little bit
to
from
just be, I'm hiring all my friends. You got to have guys in there that have good basketball knowledge, that can get through to these kids, that can get results that we need to see. A coach that guys will respect what they're saying and what they're trying to do, that can get their guys to play hard. Those are the guys that you got to have. You don't really want to have guys on there that you have to always look over their shoulder to make sure they're doing the right thing. You got to know and trust that they're getting things done.
That's why I don't know. There's been some connections, and he's worked with some of these guys he's brought in. The Justice one was the one that I mentioned earlier, and that was the one that kind of got my ears perked up, because in reading some of the articles out there and guys that I follow in the game, a lot of big things were being said about Joel Justice and his coaching career and where it was going, because of a lot of the guys that he not only helped to recruit at Kentucky, right? I mean, you're talking big boy stuff where they just churn players. Even if the college team hasn't been winning titles like they thought they would with Cal, still there's no other program with that kind of talent in the NBA. And like you're talking about Bam Adebayo, SGA and what he was doing quickly, Keldon Johnson, Juzang, Brandon Boston Jr., a lot of these guys that he recruited. And from his time in Lexington and then with NC State as well, helping them to a Final Four, I think that was a great addition. So that was the basketball version. I didn't get to the fun part of what we said there. Something that Jake Diebler was doing this weekend. brought up a funny old story about our pal Tyvis Powell. That's coming up. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. NA member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, you can save big on bags of Doritos, Tostitos, and Ruffles chips. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus, the home of the best blended whiskey in America. Support local and grab a bottle at your local liquor store right now. But they don't just make whiskey. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. High Bank teamed up with 614 to launch your new favorite go-to, 614 Vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. There's no taste like home with 614 Vodka. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save. With a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
Hello, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletic Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways.
Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy.
Join in as little as 5 seconds.
Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives.
It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Preseason, midseason, off-season. We keep on rolling. You've got the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis, all you fine Buckeye fans. Here's what we got coming up a little bit later this week. So, Wednesday, DeVere Day. not only will we have DeVere, but for the better part of the 6 o'clock hour, we had him on the show a few weeks ago. We enjoyed it so much. He told a story about how when he was a TV reporter in Toledo, after he was done with his NFL career. Imagine that, going from being a receiver in the National Football League to doing TV news in Toledo. Dane Sanzenbacher.
Ooh.
Great one, right?
Yes, he
Great
was.
Buckeye, great dude.
Him and Terrell Pryor had a connection.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And him and DeVere on the same team. They love each other. And he told us the story about covering birds crapping on houses so much that you could barely see them. Hilarious. He told that story in the air 3 or 4 weeks ago when we had him. So Dane will jump in the studio with us. We'll catch up. We'll do whatever we want to do. Wednesday night in the 6 o'clock hour.
I was always mad that I wasn't a year earlier at Ohio State because I missed out on Dane. When I got to Ohio State, one thing that the DB said was in one-on-one drills, Dane was unguardable.
You couldn't guard.
There was nobody that could check Dane in one-on-one. And I was mad because I wanted to see it. I wanted to see what it looked like. So that was the one thing that I always knew about Dane, is that in the one-on-ones, he was the king.
You know what I love about that is that he came by and we chatted a week ago, and I played golf with him too, and we are the same size, you know?
He looks like a regular guy.
He is, I mean, it tells you something about being a finely tuned athlete, right? Mm-hmm. You don't have to be graced with this huge,
it's really the
hulking body,
mindset,
right?
It's all the mind.
It's the mindset. I think speed is something that's a little bit of a gift, like a God-given gift. Like you can train yourself and all that, but also that kind of speed and agility is something that you got to be graced with, and you don't have to be I get it. You don't have to be the biggest guy for that.
Look at me, Tim. I don't look like an athlete anymore.
You are a pretty unassuming guy, right?
Yeah,
look what you did.
I'm getting fat. See what I'm saying?
Just fat and happy.
Good.
Yeah, just eating chicken all the time. Every time I see him, he's eating Chick-fil-A or Raising Cane's.
Actually,
he can't fit. His one problem is how many chicken fingers can I fit in my mouth? That's the one issue he's got.
I had a Polish boy yesterday. I haven't had one of those. Have you ever had a Polish boy? Do you know what a Polish boy is?
You're talking about a po' boy?
No. See, this is...
I'm thinking of a shrimp po' boy.
I forgot. This is a Cleveland thing.
It might be a Cleveland thing.
A Polish boy is a...
Polish boy.
So you know the Polish sausage. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you put that on a hot dog bun. You put some coleslaw on it. You put some fries on top of that. You put barbecue sauce over it. That's a Polish boy. I had one of them yesterday.
That looks tremendous.
Oh, it was delicious.
Oh, my God.
I don't even eat coleslaw, and I tore that Polish boy up yesterday.
Ha! Give me a Polish boy.
You never had it really is a Cleveland thing. That's crazy. Yeah, Polish boy.
This reminds me of, man, just looking at this thing with the barbecue sauce and the slaw smothered all over it. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was heavenly goodness.
You know what's reminding me of the Loops? You enjoy Loops, right?
I love Loops.
Chicago style place.
Yeah, I might get that. I won't be.
They've got their dogs. They don't do a dog like that, but they do next time you guys go over there, get the Lake Street. If you haven't had that particular
Does
gyro.
it have onions on it?
No,
Okay.
I don't believe it does.
Okay, then I can eat
It's
that.
got like a nice, tasty coleslaw. It's not overbearing, and it's got like a barbecue sauce drizzle with that coleslaw.
Lake Street.
It's the Lake Street.
Okay, I'll try
that's
it out.
good. All right, so Jake Diebler, back to what our Buckeye basketball coach was up to. I actually got texted by the fish to let me know that Jake was throwing out the first pitch of a Cleveland Guardians game this weekend. What an honor, right?
That is a great honor.
What an honor.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't be lying to say I've always wanted to throw out a first pitch.
You haven't done it?
I'm not big time enough. I totally understand that. I couldn't do a major league game, but even like my buddies over at the Columbus Clippers, wouldn't say no to that. Probably wouldn't say no to that.
I think they can make that happen.
When it's never happened before. It's been here 12 years, but whatever. But that would be a treat.
That's
just to know how you would do, and I would try to like throw some smoke in there.
Oh, you would have to
burn. I mean, not like smoke. Put maybe 50 miles an hour on it, whatever, just to get that thing zipping over the plate and not in the dirt. Well, I'm watching Jake's as it goes here. He he steps on the mound. So I give him credit for that.
Yeah.
You don't want
a lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't. We were watching like old clips of NFL quarterbacks and their first pitches, Lamar Jackson in a half-empty Camden Yards. He's not even standing on the mound. It's like, what are we doing? Like, get up there, put your foot against the rubber. So he does that, but this ball bounces a good... It doesn't even reach the batter's box. It's close. It's close to the line.
He skipped it.
He one-hopped it, all right? He one-hopped it. The ball wasn't so inside. Like if a righty's hitting, it's a definite ball either way. Even if he had it elevated, it would have been inside. But he short-hopped it. And whatever, if he can win all these basketball games or get into the tournament, go to the Sweet 16, I don't care what that first pitch is like. I'm sure he wanted to do better, and that was the best he had at the moment. There's nerves and pressure that come with that.
I remember when I got to do mines, which is wild to think. I've done some pretty cool things in my life. Now that I sit back and reflect on some of them, that's actually, who would ever thought that I would throw out a first pitch? Me, Tyvis Powell.
And I get to be near you.
Throw it out a first pitch.
That's what's cool for me.
Who am I to be throwing out a first pitch?
Look at you. First pitch. So this is the story. Your first pitch. This is great. Yeah. I did not know this.
So, when you get an email or the text message of, hey, are you interested in throwing out the first pitch? It was Ohio State Day for the Cleveland Indians. I'm like, heck yeah. They like, you're a Cleveland Brown now. It'll be perfect.
So this is like 2017.
2017.
2017.
Right. So I'm like, oh, yeah, let's do this. This is about this time, around May, end of May, beginning of June.
Okay, so you had
I had some OTAs with the Browns. Yeah. So as everybody knows, I got cut by the Browns. And the funniest part is I got cut on the day that I had to throw out the first pitch. So the thing is, I'm getting cut. The Browns don't know that I'm throwing out this first pitch. Even if they did, it's not like they gonna wait till tomorrow to cut me. Like, I don't think that would be the case.
Hold on. So how far before the first pitch did the Indians contact you? Like the day before, 2 days before?
No, it was like maybe a week before.
Okay,
like
good bit before. And then you get to the day.
Got to the day. I don't think we had practice that day. So I was at the house. I went to Sliman's. I was downtown Cleveland going to Sliman's to get a corned beef sandwich.
Oh my God. You're like all about food. I gotta look this place up
yesterday.
Too.
I remember this like it was yesterday. So I'm going downtown to get corned beef sandwich from Sliman's. I got me one and I got my wife one. I'm headed home.
Oh, that looks good too.
As I'm headed home, I get the phone call.
At least you had Sliman's.
And I was like, the sad thing is I was so sick to my stomach when they called me because they was like,
didn't eat the sandwich?
Bring you. I didn't even eat the sandwich still. Didn't even eat the sandwich.
God.
So I was
so you get the call.
I said, oh, man. So I go in there, know what this is about. Boom, drop that off. But like I say, they had no idea that I was throwing out the first pitch. So my first immediate thing was I wanted to contact the Indians and be like, hey, I know this is Ohio State theme. Did you still want me to throw out the pitch? I'm not a Cleveland Brown anymore. Currently, I just got cut, so blah, blah, blah.
Did they feel bad for you?
They was like, it's totally up to you. We get it. But yes, this is Ohio State thing. We really want you there because we're looking at you as a Buckeye, not as a Brown. So I get up to...
but it wouldn't have hurt if you were a Brown.
Right. So I get up I say, well, you know what? Now how many people get an opportunity to throw out a first pitch? I'm throwing this pitch. So I get up there and I'm doing like an autograph signing and stuff. So it's a bunch of Buckeye fans there. And at this time, the Browns news hadn't dropped yet because it comes out after 4 p.m.
Yes.
So, and I think this game was at like 1, 2 o'clock. So I'm there signing autographs. Everybody's like, can't wait to see you with the Browns this year. And I got to be like, yeah, it's going to be a great season. All these things. And
we're going to be great this year, kid.
Yeah, then I go throw out the first pitch and it comes out later. Everybody's like, wow, you handled that with class. And it was like, listen, I'm not going to throw away the first. You think I'm not going to throw out that first? It went from me just throwing out a first pitch to me auditioning for MLB because I needed a job at the time.
Boatman, would you have not played it the exact same way? I don't think I would have done any. I probably would have also been too sick to eat the sandwich.
Yeah.
From like stressful news like that, but I still would have done the first pitch and I would have pretended that I was a Brown for all the kids too.
10 out of 10, Tyvis. No notes.
None. Right. No notes. That was everything that I would have done, like a perfectly sane person would have done.
Who would give up the first pitch?
No, you weren't pissy or sad or moping like, no.
Cleveland's still your team.
I'm
your
not
city.
going to throw a pitch anymore because Cleveland doesn't like me anymore. Like, no.
Cleveland pays me to this day. I still get a nice little radio check from them.
Fantastic.
So life's good, man.
That might be your best story. That might be his best story. And he's had some. All right, did you guys hear the beginning of Common Man and T-Bone today? Because they had me rethinking my life. That is, we look at some hashtags next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Extreme Limo is proud to be Central Ohio's first choice for luxury transportation. Serving our community since 2006, Extreme Limo has a full range of luxury cars, limos, and party buses for every occasion. And now offering you the new officially licensed Ohio State bus. You can travel in scarlet and gray style to your next game, wedding, or special event. Celebrate life and stretch the limit. Call Extreme Limo at 614-483-3300 to book today or visit extremelimo.com. That's XTREME
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia, often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
There's a little slice of heaven in a mountain town escape. A pace of life that's less hurried, more authentic, where people greet you with a smile and experiences feel down to earth, yet elevated. From Appalachian art to wineries and craft breweries, live music to a lively spirit. This is West Virginia. We call it Almost Heaven. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple of weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
We go to war for you. Child sex abuse is a crime that must not go unpunished. At Sugar Schnurr Trial Attorneys, we know the law and we'll fight for your rights. I'm Robert Sugar, and we're here to help you fight for justice. Call us at 877-WARFORYOU.com or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
warforyou.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
Timmy and Tyvis, all you fine Buckeye fans, whether you're watching us on YouTube Live because all the fan shows are there, just search up 97.1 The Fan. Click on the live tab. You can watch our channels as well. All of our content is there. Tyvis, what are we looking at when you're looking at the grams and the X's?
Well, the one thing I've seen that I thought was interesting is that they announced everybody loves these uniforms. And for the past few years, I'd say the uniform, it's got to be an alternate uniform at some game that everybody's going to be excited about.
I'm with you on this.
And I seen
They picked a good game.
They announced against Iowa that they're bringing back the all gray uniforms for that game, which I like those. I thought those was pretty sweet. So it's nice to see them against Iowa, which is going to be a really good team. Probably going to be a night game because it's Iowa. So I think that'll be a great look. I'm excited to see those.
Yeah, the grays.
The grays with the red.
The grays are good. I like them. I really
was
do.
last year the first time we wore those? Yeah.
I think it's a good look.
Or was it 2 years ago? No, it was last year. Yeah, last year was the first year we wore them. I don't remember who we wore them against, though.
Here's what I enjoy. I don't either.
Michigan State,
right?
I think?
Yeah, it was. Michigan State, 38-3. Bing.
Is that correct?
Let's go, Tim. Let's go.
Is that correct?
Check me on that. I think it was. I think it is correct. If that was the Michigan State game, right?
Give them a D.
Here's what I think, though, is if you use, did I get it, Bodie?
Trying to find my ding.
Oh, it is a ding.
Oh, I don't have it. There you go.
I have it. Good. I just needed, if I was right or wrong. Where I am with the uniforms is if it is one of your dominant colors and you want to go bigger with that, match the jerseys with the pants, I think that's great. So for an alternate type of uniform. So when they gray it out, I'm all for that.
You don't like blacking it out?
The black's okay, too.
Whiten it out. When is the last time we did that?
Something is cool about an icy white, though.
It is. I told you.
White,
I played two of my best games at Ohio State with the whites.
White is white, right? I mean, because every single team in the universe, typically, and especially in our North American sports, you would have a white uniform and then another uniform.
Yeah.
Whatever your other color is.
The black ones.
So I'm good with that.
My black one game, I had the worst game at Ohio State.
I'm not going to say I hate the black unis. I think that was cool.
Everybody.
As long as it's a solid color and you're not trying to do something too goofy with too many graphics. Like I didn't like the Wolves thing.
The Wolves?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Those gray uniforms with the Wolves on the helmet, right? Or what am I trying to say?
Ohio State?
Yeah, there was something.
The grays with the black, the JT Penn State game?
JT Penn State game. I think it was that, yeah.
That was the gray and black.
Yeah, the gray and black.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
It was,
well, am I making
that? Because
am I making that up? It had something to do with the Wolves are coming. I don't know.
I just feel
something like that, right?
That jersey didn't represent like Ohio State, like they were gray and black. I don't even know if it had red in it. It was like gray and black.
That's how my mind works. Ohio
if I remember
State
correctly,
Wolves.
maybe it was the numbers maybe outlined in red.
Right? The legs feed the wolf.
The legs do feed the wolf. Land of the Wolves. Yeah, Ohio State away, ding. Land of the Wolves, alternate uniform.
What does that have to do with Ohio State?
Alternate uniform? What's the whole thing we're talking about?
No, I'm saying
alternate uniforms.
The colors had nothing to really do with Ohio State. That's what I'm talking about.
What does Wolf have to do?
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't get it. I'm like Tom Hanks and Big. I don't get it.
I don't get it. All he said was he didn't get it.
Look at this guy.
That's a classic. That's a classic.
He knows Big. It's called George Washington.
Oh, GW. Did you pledge? Every day.
Every morning. Let's go watch Big after the show. So, Common Man and T-Bone this morning. this afternoon. Why did I say this morning? When he started the show right at 3 o'clock when he came on, he came back from Disney World. And I texted him a couple of times. I made a thing. This was funny because Panama Ted, their producer, with his dry sense of humor, it was one of the cooler, crisper days last week. He made a thing to text Mike, and he put T-Bone on the thread, too, and just said, I had to grab a jacket. It was so chilly this morning. Just deadpan like that. And you can imagine what Mike might have texted back. And so I found out about this. So later that day, I decided I was going to text him, too, like completely unbeknownst that I didn't know anything about what they had texted. I just said, Mike, I was mowing this morning, and I had to grab a hoodie. And he just said, like, bleep you, just like that. And I basically texted back, do you want to die yet? He said, yes. Like, that's how hot it was.
The happiest place on earth.
Basically, yeah, their beginning of their show today was just his complete breakdown. I say breakdown because it was almost like a breakdown and a mental breakdown at the same time of the whole excursion at Disney. 2 days in the park. It's just, I'm so lucky. My son doesn't want to do this, and I don't ever want to do that either. I never, ever, ever, ever want to go to Disney World.
My kids are
do that again.
Afraid of bigger figures. So like they watch them, but like if they see them, they might be scared. So
the suits and the costumes.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I don't think I still haven't taken my daughter to see Santa.
But they're no Santa yet? But they're 3 and 1, right?
My youngest turned 2. My oldest will be 4 next month.
4 and 2.
Yep.
So you got some time, and then it might have to click in.
We'll see.
You might have to do it.
We'll see.
Little thing called we'll see.
We need some good grades.
A lot of this recruiting stuff from this weekend, we're going to pour into it tomorrow. A lot of stuff going on about Buckeye recruiting this weekend. And Tyvis, I know you're involved in some of that stuff. We'll get to it tomorrow. Good stuff, man. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Coming up next, what's coming up next, Bodie? A little thing called You'll See. Have a good night on The Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
Diamonds Direct has done it again. This month only, get ready for an offer you can't resist. Buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. That's right, a stunning diamond tennis bracelet at no extra cost. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. So hurry into Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet will not last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
I'm Scotty Vegas, and I just hit on my biggest win of the year. I called Maxima Concrete to create my ultimate sports driveway, and they delivered better than hitting that huge parlay. The neighbors wondered why I just go out and stare with a big smile at the ground. It's because Maxima Concrete gave me the driveway for all my ultimate pickleball battles, my game-winning basketball shots against the kids, and an area to make memories forever. Maxima Concrete does patios, walkways, driveways, and more. Get your free estimate at maximaconcrete.com.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mock Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mock Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and
Join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.